Our journey on Big Fish began about 9 years ago. I had written the movie, and I loved the movie that we were able to make. But even when we were finished with the movie, I said, I think there's more to do here. I really want to know what's going on inside these characters. And I think they need to sing. And we needed to find somebody who could write the songs that could help us dig inside those characters. And we found Andrew Lippa.
Well, they found me waiting for them to call me. And then the next thing I knew, it was I was in a plane, and we were in Los Angeles, and John picked me up, and we drove to a place, and we rented a house in Palm Springs that had a piano and a pool, which turns out are my contractual prerequisites for writing a musical.
It was sort of a shotgun marriage. It's like, here you guys are going to work together and write this thing together. And I was always sort of a terrible roommate, so I was nervous about sharing this project with anybody.
Oh, that explains a lot about the cooking and then the whole thing in Palm Springs,
But then we just clicked, and we understood the characters from the same perspective. We knew what the characters wanted to sing about. I knew so much about these characters. I could stick Edward Bloom and Will Bloom on the space shuttle and have them have their scenes. But this was a chance to do this on stage.
Wait a minute.
Sequel.
Rewrite. We're sitting here in the lobby of the theater while we're doing this interview, and we're listening to one of the songs of the show called "I Don't Need a Roof," and it came out of a conversation and out of a page, really half a page, where John had written some idea about what the song might be about. This was one of those examples where I took what he wrote and kind of ran with it. Sometimes he'll say exactly like, I think the song is this, and I think it's about this, and I'll be like, yeah, and I think you're right. And sometimes the reverse happens, where I'll suggest how the scene needs to work, and he'll be like, oh, that's exactly right, and then he'll go write that scene.
Some of our first references for the show were Fiddler on the Roof, in the sense of like, what is a family and what is the family facing? But as we've gone through it, I mean, it's also Sound of Music. It's sort of those classic American, The Music Man, those classic American musicals that are sort of part of the canon, and it's an attempt to do a new one of those that you can really take anyone to go see. Your grandma will like it, and your niece will like it.
What I love about it too is that it's very American.
Yeah.
It is about an American family and an American life in the American South, and the adventures that this American man goes on. And I don't say that in a jingoistic, nationalistic kind of way, but I say it in a way that roots it like those musicals that he mentioned, not Fiddler on the Roof, of course, but The Music Man comes to mind as a progenitor, as a grandfather to this idea that it's something that only could happen in America.
It's a show that you can bring the whole family to, and it's funny, and that's a wonderful sort of gift, is to have a show that's really for all ages.
We've talked to 80-year-olds and we've talked to 10-year-olds, and they are all with it, and they all have something to enjoy and something to hold on to, which we just love that we've been able to do that.